Nama saya Rosma binti Osman, umur saya 66 tahun.
My name is Nanda. I work as a photographer. I'm 33 years of age and I work mainly in film photography.
60-an yang paling popular lah pasal ada pop ye, zaman tu zaman pop ye. Ada semua orang sukalah nak ambil gambar.
You had two categories of people. You had the families that went out for on their trips and they would normally buy like a small point and shoot camera which is almost fully automatic, and then only the professional photographers would use more like a manual camera or a SLR camera. But nowadays, of course, that is very much different. Even families have, like, just for outings they bring like really big cameras, DSLR cameras and things like that. So
Boleh dilihat dan dipegang, tak macam sekarang gunakan handphone. Gambarnya tak boleh disimpan. Kalau dulu kita boleh tengok satu keluarga, satu family sama-sama, dan gambar-gambar tu boleh dimasukkan dalam album untuk dituntun sampai sekarang.
it's something about having a tangible object in your hands. For example, if you have a printed photograph that is getting a bit dirty or something, you can still make a copy of it or something like that. But if your hard drive that contains your picture breaks, it's basically gone forever. So this idea of permanence is still there in that piece of paper. That's why people are still printing photographs. For black and white prints, of course, these prints will last you about 80 to 100 years without any change in color if you store it properly. Modern digital prints, 3 years at most, right? And after that you start seeing the colors fade and it goes, basically vanishes completely. There's a sense of permanence to the old school photographs, one, and also having something in your hands is more tangible proof that you were somewhere or you went to this place rather than having something stored on your computer, I guess.
Sekarang orang ambil gambar tak ada macam dulu. Kita ambil gambar tu ada boleh dibawa di kedai, kemudian dia cuci gambar tu.
When you gave your roll of film to a lab, what would happen is that you were entirely at the mercy of the person who was processing your film. So when you had a dark room, you had the flexibility to process the film the way you like and print the photos the way you like, rather than the person in the lab who will just throw it into a machine and the prints would just come out in a very standard non-creative way, for example, right? So most people who had a dark room, they had the flexibility to process the film like the way they liked it, and also to print the photos the way they wanted it, to include their own creative input.
Mak bapak saya yang bina rumah ni, kemudian mak bapak saya dah meninggal. Habis adik-beradik saya semua bekerja, ada kerja di Terengganu, ada kerja di Kuala Lumpur, jadi rumah ni tinggal. Kemudian lama juga rumah ni tinggal, kemudian ada saudara datang duduk rumah ni. Kemudian saya pergi, adik-beradik saya pergi ke mahkamah dan buat report kepada mahkamah. Syukur alhamdulillah rumah ni dah dapat balik semula kepada keluarga saya. Gambar ni yang buat saya dapat balik semula kerana membuktikan rumah ni memang betul ibu bapa saya yang punya. Gambar ni lah yang menjadi penyebabnya adik-beradik saya dapat balik kembali rumah ini, dan sekarang saya adik-beradik semua gembira lah dapat duduk balik semula lah di dalam rumah ni.
My dad had a camera first about 20-30 years back, and when I saw him take pictures, and I used to follow him to the lab and I used to watch the person at the lab process the films for us. So that was possibly a starting point when I thought that I would like to do it myself. and this whole process took over me. And then even though digital cameras came in and they were like quite popular even 10 years back, I still didn't move over to the digital side. I still stuck to the film because I enjoyed doing this whole thing of slowly shooting, slowly developing and printing. So I just got used to the whole process. Yeah. This time I was in the Arctic, in the Russian Arctic, so it was pretty cold, and I was trying to take pictures of these reindeer herders, which was a bit of a challenge because working in the cold and changing film at minus 30 degrees Celsius is actually quite a challenge. So loaded the film and took the shots, and you're always in eager anticipation, waiting for you to come back, process the film, and then you get to see what you shot. So that, I think, is one of the best parts about shooting film for me. Right? When you go really far away and you take pictures of people, and you have to wait till you're back in Singapore before you can see what you shot. So that keeps me very excited and keeps me going. Yeah. The advice is fairly straightforward. Don't look for the best camera, there's no such thing, but look for the best light. So the idea is to work with the right light, which in Singapore is 1 hour after sunrise and maybe 1 hour before sunset, when the sun is close to the horizon. That's the best time you should be taking photos, not when the sun is smack on top at 12 o'clock in the morning. Even with an iPhone camera, you can get very nice pictures if you use the light really well, rather than buying bigger cameras and bigger lenses and expecting magic to happen. It's not going to happen. The magic is in the light. So that's my advice.